At Vanilla Moon by Wilburn. This one is just shy of 1,000 words. It is a story that I'm writing for a flash fiction contest with ironwriters.com. That's IRON, writers, WRITERS.com. And you can go and enter that contest as well. It's actually on the tail end. I'm running late on it, so I may not get this story done in time, but I plan to if I can get it edited during this stream, which I will, and then do another couple passes tomorrow off stream. Then I'll go ahead and turn that in, and I believe I'll have it in on time. Iron Writers is with Space and Time magazine. That's what they're connected with, and they do a contest every month where any writer of any caliber can enter in, look at the prompts, and create a story. Fun fact: the first story I did for them not that long ago, I was looking at the wrong prompt, and so I got kind of a bonus story that I'm not actually turning into them. Let's take a look real quick at the prompt for this story. So for this story that I just wrote, these three pictures are part of it. That kind of neon look, the woman with the jewels on her face, and the rose with mist around it. There was also a audio prompt that was Frank Sinatra singing Fly Me to the Moon. And I came up with a story. I think these images and the story it's in the audio, the song itself, are meant to invoke sort of either a sci-fi or a cyberpunk type story. That's kind of what I wrote, although I tried to take it into a slightly different direction. So this is the story I'm going to be turning into them this month. I don't really care if I win. I'll let people know they can go and vote for it. But the point for me is I'm writing a new story every stream. So if once a month I do a writing prompt for the stories that they're doing, then whether I win or not, I'll do those stories for one of my streams each month. All right, this one is called Vanilla Moon, and it's based off those prompts that I just showed you. All right, Vanilla Moon by J. Wilburn. Rose, the daughter, sat across the clear glass desk from Moon, the dealer, in Moon's office above the In Other Words lounge on South Neon in the heart of Sprawl District of City Without an End. Moon repeated herself when Rose did not answer the first time. So you were saying, let me make a contraction there. That'll actually buy me an extra word. So you're saying I can take it or leave it. That's it. Rose shrugged. The dealer's face was a constellation of multicolored jewels, but her cheeks were a flush of pink going to red. Rose decided a shrug was both not enough and too much. We should not make less money for working with you longer. Times are tough. Moon's colors settled a bit. Always are. The synthetics are getting better. Most people can't tell the difference between them and what you dirt farmers produce. Rose smiled. Her skin felt tight on one cheek. Let me fix the tense there. Felt tight on one cheek from the scar there. People with money can tell the difference. Moon shrugged and looked away. That gave away too much information, but it probably meant Moon had accepted her fate in this negotiation. Have you ever left Earth? Rose shook her head. She could explain more, but what was the point? There are lovely places beyond the old world, lovely people, even beautiful things grow you would never see on the surface. Sounds wonderful, Rose said. Her fingers drummed on the cedar box in her lap. Let's say chest. The cedar chest in her lap. Do I want to say simple? Yeah, I'm going to waste a word on an adjective. We're almost right at 1,000 words, so I can't really use too many. Her fingers drummed on the simple cedar chest in her lap. Doesn't it, though? Moon rolled her eyes. How did you get that scar? Rose licked her teeth and swallowed once. She fought the urge to trace its course over her face. To trace, let's say her finger. To trace her finger over her face. Moon's eyes already, let's say to run her finger. All right, I know I'm getting nitpicky down here, but when you only have 1,000 words. You gotta take one to give one. She fought the urge to run her finger over her face. Moon's eyes already traced it. All right, now we're at exact. No, we're still at 999. All right. The scar ran from under her hairline, dangerously close as it passed one eye, and traveled over the corner of Rose's lips where it changed color before it petered out at her jawline. Rose said, "Yato gave it to me." Moon's eyes widened. "Yato is dead." Rose raised her eyebrow, and the unscarred corner of her mouth twitched. "I can't say that I miss him. It's a dangerous city sometimes," Moon said. "I wonder why your dirt farmer father would send you, especially after Yato did that." Rose's lips worked a bit before she finally spoke. "Someone should have warned Yato of that." "Okay. Are you afraid someone might want to hurt you again over a tough negotiation on your father's behalf? I think of this scar as a warning to others, not myself." "So you killed Yato. Did he ask for a discount?" "He did not, and I did not." "Did your father kill him?" "My father does not leave the farm." Okay, I'm going to change this into a contraction so I buy myself a word. "My father doesn't leave the farm." All right, there we go. "But he has people who handle his business in the city for him. Like you, for instance. I don't know who killed him." All right, I'm going to say Yato so we're clear here, because we were just talking about the father. I don't know who killed Yato, but it doesn't hurt for others to wonder." Moon laughed. "Very well. I accept your increase with grace and hope that with grace and let's say the hope. I've already wasted a word. I'm up to 1,000. And the hope that it'll be kept in mind in the future. It's better to hold on to a loyal customer than to find a new one." So I'm going to take 2 words back. There we go. All right. Rose finally lifted the cedar chest onto the glass surface of the cleaning desk. She pushed it across with an unfortunate screech. The two materials did not go well together, it appeared. "A gift for your loyalty and goodwill." Moon stood a little to lift the box closer instead of sliding it. As she leaned over, Moon took in a deep sniff of the wood. Rose smiled but said nothing. Flipping open the lid, Moon took time to smell and taste all the samples. "Now that the negotiations are done, I'll admit there is a huge difference in the real stuff. I sell to customers here, of course, but this stuff..." Here, let me fix a word there. "But this..." I'm gonna take out stuff. She already said stuff. "But this really earns off-world. Does your father ever consider sending you to the stars?" Rose shrugged yet again. "We're happy to let you do that. We want you to turn a profit. It's good for all of us. If you ever want to see the world from above and what things might lie beyond, I'd be happy to take you on a quick tour. Call it goodwill between good friends." Rose sighed. "If I ever do, I will surely come to you." Moon had already returned to the box. She pulled the glass stopper from a bottle of clear liquid and breathed deeply. "Made from real roses. People with money can tell the difference. Everyone can tell the difference." All right. I'm going to waste a couple words here. Moon said. Doesn't seem like much, but it may help clarify who's talking. Rose left through the side service entrance. Rain fell and people ran for cover. The raindrops rarely made it to the streets through the miles of superstructures above. Her father's men loaded her into the transport and whisked her away. They passed the last structures on the outskirts of City Without End. It turns out everything ends. They raised clouds of dust. Let me put an S on the end of this. They raised clouds of dust from the wastelands as the impossibly tall buildings slowly fell away behind. After many miles, the fences and the lush growth of their land came into view. Armed guards opened the gates for her, and everyone visibly relaxed as she stepped on, let's say onto, because I can use that as a compound, onto the tall grass again. Now Rose drew in the smells as the darkness of the wastelands revealed more of the stars. I'm going to waste another word. That Moon had bragged about. We're back to 1,000 words. Here on the surface, she could smell the hints of saffron, cinnamon, nutmeg, coffee beans, roses, and more. The one smell, more subtle than the others, but clearest to her, was the vanilla. This was the biggest cash crop. Is cash crop a compound word? Because that could buy me back a word. Nope. All right. The biggest cash crop of the last several years. So rare, so vital to so many indulgences. I'm going to take out the so here. So vital to many indulgences. This was all the leverage they needed over dealers like Moon, and her family's farm was one of the last places in all the world to grow it organically. Rose turned her eyes to the skies. The sprawl of cities and lights that wrapped the full moon truly did not have an end. She ignored that as she took in the wash of galaxies that could not be seen like this from the city streets on Earth nor the moon. Here they were lovely with the smell of vanilla.